is a 5-letter word. UNITY. You know another 5-letter word that means the same thing? Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3 plus me. Monkeys in the barrel. Don't send no more cheese. I'm a go girl. Some like 4, 5 feet. From the rolling there. Tribe look so on peace. So you wouldn't dare. Yeah, like the rap.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon. Well, it's still morning. Still morning here today. What's going on, everybody? Give me one sec. Let me get this up in here going. Hey. Hey, let's go. Hey. Hope everybody doing great this morning. Good morning, good morning. Trying to stay out of trouble. Trying to stay out of trouble. All right, y'all know me. I listen to my music, and I had this song come up called "Team." Let me do a few of my little shares right here. Then we about to get this thing on and popping. I actually like this song. I just found it like this morning. I was like, oh, let me play this for today. Get this done right here. Then I'm ready to roll. Hold up. So, yes, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Motivated to the Max. I am your boy, Daryl Tisdale, the host of this awesome podcast, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch Live that is going on here on today. And yes, look, it's been like one of them type of weeks from where you're trying to get through the whole week, and you got Christmas on Saturday and everything. Trust me, I've been right there this whole week. This whole week has just been like up and down. I've been like, I was trying to get some stuff done over here, and then I was trying to get myself, prepared, and just trying to relax and do some other things and trying to get some stuff ready and everything like that. Like I actually still got stuff to do today. Like I have to try to wrap up the missus gifts today. So I like, I gotta do this today. So I have to like try to wrap up her stuff today while she is at school. Shh, don't listen to this, honey. If you're watching this, just ignore what I just said. No, I'm just playing because it's that time for holiday, the time for sharing, time for to be together, be with family, spend that time. Just like here, like for today, we're motivated to the max. I will not be doing any lives on tomorrow. I probably like we'll do a live on Saturday, so that'll be with Kicking It with Team Tisdale, the Christmas edition. With us on Saturday, but then then after that, I'm gonna take all of next week off into the new year, and then we're gonna start up the new year with something bigger and better than and greater than ever, starting off the new year. But before we get started with anything like that, I have to go over the rules. So that rule number 1 is coming in hot, honest, open, and transparent. Rule number 2 is coming in lit. That's right, lit. That's LIT, and that's living in thankfulness. And then rule number 3, be yourselves. You know what I'm saying? You got to be yourself. Same with you, new. Love by the love apostle. That's all on you is lit. Look, let me tell you something. I'm trying to stay out of trouble here, Ms. Moore. I really am. I'm trying to stay out of trouble. And so I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I really am. But it's always be like an honor because like it's so many reasons on why that like just by reading this message right here, like it's such an honor, because sometimes it's just the fact of it's just the fact of like just being able to go. Whew, that's all I got to say. And then and just having like that push to be able to continue on doing on what I'm doing on this here on today. um and really just for like for motivated to the max on the day, it was just the time for like how the way that Rick was reflecting on kicking it with Team Tisdale and everything like that. I was having the time. um Actually, I was actually enjoying something for where me and my wife, she was in a class. She was in the class and she had a homework assignment to do. And so one of her homework assignments that she had to do was like she had to watch the movie The Shack. So we was like, so she was like, honey, hey, can we watch The Shack? Cause I gotta watch The Shack, for this class, for this class I'm taking and everything like that. I had to watch the movie The Shack. So I was like, oh, okay, then cool. Well, then we'll watch The Shack and everything like that. I ain't gonna front. Bro was already tired. I was already tired at the moment. I said, but you know what? We're gonna watch The Shack. I said, well, Lord, for Father's sake, this wake me up the parts that where I need to listen in on and everything like that. And so, we were watching the movie, and wifey, she was having some, she was allowing God to deal with her on some stuff of what she was watching. Then, like the part I actually the part that like really got me up on is from where we're in this time of season right now. Where we're supposed to be like be with family, celebrating family and everything. It's supposed to be like that. The happy lucky go. The happy lucky go moment and everything. But like we were watching something from where in the movie of The Shack. If you haven't watched it, great movie. That's like one of the movies that I would say for you guys to watch. That and Overcomer. Those are one of my two favorite Christian movies to watch. It's from where for everything for what has happened to the main character, which is Mac, and he had to get to the point from where that he was allowing God to come in and everything, but he had to learn how to let everything go. He had to learn how to forgive and everything. So I'm coming at this thing like today was like, yo, to be able to press forward on the things of what God needs for us to do, yo, we have to be able to forgive. And that's like one big thing that I took from it. Look, yeah, hey, yeah, Miss Mara, it's like you can watch it on. I forgot where. I know we watch it on Apple TV here at the house, but it was like for me from what I had to took from where I done been through like a whole process, and people done taught me down, done did this and did that, and then I don't even like. There ain't even no point me even going into details on what some of the things of what done happened. But in that same token, for where everything done happened and everything, I had to learn. Me, Daryl, had to learn how to forgive. And so I'm not saying forgive and then you forget about it. I mean, yo, forgive. I mean, you gonna let it go, let it go. Whenever like a conversated stuff coming, like, yo, we ain't always gotta bring it up. That's me. Cause I'm that type of person. Like, yo, once I'm saying I'm done with it, like, look, I forgive you. I'm done with it. We don't have to talk about this no more. Then we don't have to talk about this anymore. We are completely done with it for today. Like, we don't have to worry about it anymore. We can just keep on going and do what we need to do, and then call that a day, and then call it a day. And so now, hold on, y'all. And so like now, it is like I had to fix something real quick. And so like now it is like, stuff doesn't happen, both for me and Latasha, from where we had to get to the point for where, we say that we love and everything like that, but then we also had to learn how to forgive. And so today we was like, so today, she's off and y'all saw her live. She did school, she's at school and everything like that. And I was really sitting here. I said, man, you know what? It was like, no, even though I haven't talked to the people that actually hurt me, let me go ahead and put it in retrospect like this. Even though I haven't talked to the people that actually hurt me, who actually did the negative things, did this, did that, or whatever like that. I'm at a place right now where I can sit right there and say, you know what? I forgive them. And it might be some people right now who's listening here on live who are catching the replay, or whoever going to listen to the playback on, on podcasts and everything like that. They're probably sitting right there and say, like, what in the world? Like, I would be the one saying, man, I'm gonna get them, I'm gonna knock them out. They're gonna, they talking all these yin yang. Let's go ahead and call it what it is, a whole bunch of yin yang. Because I mean, sometimes like it's sometimes that I notice this sometimes with me. I could be so furious and so upset about something that doesn't happen, and then I'll say that I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and pretty much like I'm in that revenge stage or what like that. But honestly, like with me, sometimes I'm just like I'm about to live myself in fear. I'm living in fear, and I say that because what do most people do whenever that we're like whenever that you are afraid to go and do something, when you're afraid to make that attempt or to do anything, what do we normally do? We make excuses. We like, well, you know what? Well, and then some people will be like, well, if I was that, if I was you, I'd have been done did this and I'd have been done did that and everything like that. True. Some people would have did what they said, but then some people just saying that, just saying that, just for where that they can try to keep their self-confidence up and everything. Yo, don't play yourself like that. I mean, if it hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings. I mean, come on, let's go ahead and be real about it. If it hurt your feelings, it hurt your feelings. If it made you upset, it made you upset. So don't be like, man, I'd have been on this. Man, look, best believe it ain't all that in the bag of chips. All right? It's not. You ain't even got the right dip to go with the chips, because you don't even know from where that person may be talking junk about you or what like that. Man, they might be going something through themselves from where they don't have self-confidence about themselves, so they want to try to drag other people into their misery and everything like that. Yo, just like I mentioned on the last live stuff, like, yo, I ain't going down like that. I can't go down like that. I got something more important to do. But I mean, trust me, but yeah. So it's like it's gonna be the point for like, you know what? I'm not gonna sit right here and esteem myself this low, just to try to make you feel even better about your own self. No, I don't have time for that. And so just like I was sitting here, I was talking with one of my friends. I ain't gonna disclose his name on this one. I was talking to one of my friends. He was going through a situation. And everything like that. And so he was like, well, with this person, between him and another person and everything like that, he was telling me about the whole situation and everything. So he was like, well, man, I'm going through this right here, and then this right here happened. Then, I mean, he was telling me the things of what was going on and everything like that. So I got to the point where I was really upset about how the way we was having this conversation, because like, that was like one of my people. So I'm like, yo, like, I'd have been done not somebody else at the point in time and everything like that. You don't know what I would do. Right. I don't really know what you would do. So he was telling me everything, what was going on. And so I was about to be at that point and say, you know what? And I had to calm my own self down after me and him done talked about the situation. And so I was like, I can't tell you what I would like. I can't tell. I said I could tell you what I would have done, but then what I would have done like would not have been the right thing for you to do, because I'd have been done cut everything loose. I mean, I'm shut. I would have shut it down. That's me. I would have then shut the whole situation down. But then how the way I had to talk to him, I said, well, look, though, you can't do what I would have done. I said, because like this thing's that's a whole different situation on what you're going through right now. I mean, it was something serious. And so instead of going off your first instance, your first gangster instance, because he has no problem lighting it up, I said, instead of you going that mode, like actually sit down and actually listening to more into the conversation. Because I was saying what that person was saying, I was saying what that person was saying. What's going on, honey? I was just talking about you. And so like now I said, for now, like he had to get to the point. I said, dude, despite how the way they done treated you and everything like that, I said, you have to get to a place in time. I said, you have to be at a place in time from where, one, you actually sitting there and you're listening to God before like you make any type of decision, any rational decisions or anything like that. And then on top of that, you have to learn how to forgive yourself. And that then when you forgive yourself, then you're able to forgive that other person for what all done happened. So, honey, you just jumping in. I was talking about how the way we were watching The Shack, and I was telling my little version for what I got from part of it, from where I was talking about you. It was nothing bad. So, I was talking about from where we was watching The Shack, and I told him like, look, I ain't front. I dozed off on some of the movie because I was tired. But then I said, well, God wake up in the parts on what I needed to hear, and literally, God woke me up in the parts on what I needed to hear in the movie. And so I was talking about from where we had to learn how to be able to forgive. That we had to learn how to forgive despite all of what done happened to us, who done did it, and everything. We had to learn how to forgive. We had to learn how to forgive, and had to learn how to forgive on everything for what done happened. Even then, like with us, with other people. I mean, everything. Like we had to learn how to forgive. And then, like the one thing, like with me, I had to learn how to forgive myself because it's been a lot of things from where I have been through from where when I was younger, present, in the past, and then the present stage right here on things from where I done been through, we done been through all this, and we done been through all of that and everything like that. I had to learn how to want to forgive myself, and before I could be able to say that, I forgive these other people over here. Well, I forgive about the situation, what's going on over here. Because I had to look at the parts on what I had in it, what I had in it at first. Because then I was like, you know what? I can't sit right here and talk about I forgive them, and then I can't forgive myself. Because like, how it kind of look like you forgive the other person, but then you still beat yourself up at the same time. Like, no, like we can't. I mean, I can't do that. I mean, I could talk about me all day. I can't do that. So from where now it's like, it's like I have to learn how to forgive myself. So you know what? You know what? I fluffed up. This is where I'm supposed to be at right now. This is what I done, and this was going on, and everything like that. So you know what? But then at the point in time, I had to get to the point where, you know what? I need to learn how to forgive myself. See, that's why we always say, like, and I didn't even get to do it, and y'all please forgive me for not doing it. But that's why sometimes I always have to say, like, look, you know what? You need to take 10 seconds. Hey, a 10-second detox from anything that was trying to hold you back from doing the things of what God has called for you to do. Anything that's trying to make you feel like you're not worth it, that you don't deserve it. I mean, that's what I tell you. Like, look, have your 10-second count off on there. You can have that detox, because through everything for what's been going on, the whole process and everything of what's been going on, you do deserve the things of what God has for you. You just have to like go through the process to get there. And so, just like I'm about to have my little 10 seconds right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm casting all this stuff out right now, because I don't want it to come back up again. And then when I'm doing like that, you got to have that. You got to have that deep breath. You got to have that breath. So from while you're having that deep breath and everything, you're allowing God to breathe life back into you. So that's letting you know that, hey, that God still loves you. God still cares for you. Hey, you still deserve this. So while we all would beat ourselves up every time, I say, that's what the point for where, like, when you have your 10-second count and you have your detox on everything for what's trying to hold you back and everything like that, that's where you have to be the point. So that's what the point for whatever that when you do we had a deep breath in and everything, that's when you allow God to breathe life back into you. I'll never forget when I was in the hospital. It's bringing me back. I'll never forget when I was in the hospital after I had all this surgery and everything like that. And, I was like getting blood transfusions and everything. You want to know more about it? Get the book, Build It Again. So whenever I was having that moment from where I was in the hospital, and I was sitting in the hospital, and then, I was sitting there and I was getting a blood transfusion. And my wife can tell you, I was laying there in the bed, and then all the nurses and they were saying, like, well, he's resting, he's sleeping, and everything like that. It was like every time from when the nurses and stuff came into the room, it was like I was doing like a deep breath. It was like I was doing I was just breathing out and everything like that. And so from when I was in the hospital, and then And, I had a whole bunch of stuff that was going on, like it was the stuff just like spewing out, I mean, I'm not trying to be disgusting or nasty or anything like that. I had stuff that was just coming out of the sites from where I had surgery and everything, from where every time it was like stuff that was that was not supposed to be in my body, it was discharging out of my body. And so then they was allowing the blood fuses to come back in. So, okay, we need to replenish him. We need to get more blood back into his body and everything before his whole system shut down. And so then I was at that point. For whenever I was actually understanding what was going on in the whole room and everything like that. From where I was coming outside, I said, God, discharge whatever that is not of you and recharge me with your Holy Spirit. And so every time, like I was having my own 10-second moment from where I kept on doing this. And I was in the house. I said, and then, sometimes when you're feeling so weak and tired, and you feel like you didn't have the strength to be able to get up, like you didn't have the strength to keep on going. So, you know what? This is it. I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. But then whenever I had that deep breath moment and everything, that was God just starting to recharge me with his Holy Spirit. It was at the point from where God was like, you know what? Nope. Like, look, okay, we got to keep on. Look, you got to keep on taking your breath. You gotta keep on having like that 10-second moment. You gotta keep on having it. You gotta keep on having it. Because while I was in the hospital and everything, I was at a point where, you know what, God just let me go and everything like that. But God was like, I can't let you go because I'm not done with you yet. So then in that same token from where I was like, well, I was feeling bad because, I wanted to give up. I didn't want to do this anymore. I was at the point in time where I didn't want to talk to my leaders. I mean, shoot, I was at a point in time I didn't want to talk to nobody. I was just like, you know what, just let me sit here and be alone. And then if I die, I die. And then if I don't, then, I guess I'm just supposed to be a punishment and everything like that. But then after going through all of that whatsoever, I had to learn. I said, because I had to sit right there because I was feeling bad because how the way I wanted to give up at one time. And then God was like, look, it's okay, because like God was showing me like, look, you're human. And so while at the same time, while you're being human and everything, you have to learn how to forgive yourself for where that you will be able to move in the direction that you need to go. And so I was sitting there, I was like, man, it's like, I really was like, whew. Right. And so whenever she spoke that word about, with the fluids coming out and everything, it brought me back to when I was in the hospital. I didn't even tell my own wife, but it brought me back. I was like, whoa. And so then, it was like, like stuff was going on. And then like me and my wife, we were joking about it because like I was actually doing a lot of stuff or whatever that she said I was doing and everything. But then it brought me back from where anything that was not of God, like God was like, look, my whole body was discharging it out my body whatsoever. So it brought me back to when I was in the hospital. And from where, and my wife would say from whatever I had from blood fusions, I was having like this unnecessary fluids just spewing out of my body. I mean, it was spewing out of my body at the one area from where they had the surgery, from the area from where they had the surgery. So then it was like every night I felt like my whole, like that whole side of my body was just wet, because it brought me back from whenever I was laying in the hospital bed that one time. I was not being responsive to anybody. I mean, my wife was trying to call me. Our pastors was trying to call and trying to check up on me. I didn't answer the phone or nothing. I just laid there. I didn't even want to eat. So like they had to force me to eat something to build my strength back up. All I can remember was like I was laying in the bed. I kept on having like blood, I had blood and fluid so this spewing out of my body from where the whole bed was like soaking wet. I was soaking in my own blood and the fluids and everything that was in the bed. And it was like I had like no type of energy whatsoever. I was just like, okay, like whatever. All right, cool. And then even like for when my wife, even when Latasha came into the hospital room, she was like, hey, I've been trying to call you. I've been trying to see what's been going on. And then all the nurses just told me like, he's just sleeping. And so then that same token from where I was just sitting I was sitting in the hospital room and everything like that. I was having like my weak moment, I was having like that moment and everything from whenever I actually felt like I was about to die. And so then, and I think literally that's what it was. It's like they were trying to make sure I wasn't trying to transition over to like, yo, like he's about to go. Cause I mean, I had like nurses who kept on coming in, even like the ones that were like real cool with me, like they was going out their way. Like I wasn't even on their list. They was going out their way to come in there just to make sure that I was good. They're like, hey, Mr. Tizzle, I know, like, look, you're not on my schedule. You're not on my list for me to be in the room for the night or what like that. I just wanted to come make sure you was okay. And so then, like, they came in, they saw me, and then, like, the actual nurse that I had or well like that, they were like, yo, what you doing here? He said, yeah, I was coming to check on Mr. Tisdale because, like, he's like one of the patients, like, we normally don't have trouble with him, but like how the way he looked right now, he's never been like this whenever he's in the hospital. He's never been at this point from whenever he wanted to, like, it's almost like he wanted to give up. And so it was like now, so then like whatever that apostle was saying or what she was saying, I said, yo, it took me back. And I was like, whoa. From where I kept on bleeding out. Like fluids and stuff kept on coming out the body. From where it was like, it was so like, it was like, you would think it was like going through like a crazy cycle. From where I was hooked up to the IVs and everything. And so they was pumping me with fluid and blood for the transfusion and fluids. Then at the same time, whenever the transfusion was finished and everything, the site from where I had the surgery and stuff in, everything just started just all like all the stuff that it had nowhere to go. It didn't need to be in the body and everything. Just started coming out my pores. And then everybody was trying to wonder, like, how come every time he is like his whole bed is like wet? And then so then like some of them had noticed from where I had like they did this, I fell and then I had the surgery and everything like that. They're saying because of what was going on right now, like he got something, like it's so much that's coming out of here, like it's coming through all the bandages and everything from where like they literally had to come change my bandage like almost every hour on the hour. So it was like when everybody did like a shift change and everything like that, the nurse I had before they did the shift change, they changed up my bandages and everything. And then the night nurse, she came in, changed up my bandages up again. And then also like they're like, okay, we gotta change all these sheets and everything because they didn't want me they didn't want me to sit in dirty water. They didn't want me to sit in that, the bad bacteria mess and everything like that. Because they would say, because you could see it right here from where that you had these fluids coming at you, but it's like old bad blood mixed in it whatsoever. So then they had to like keep on changing my sheets and everything to make sure I didn't get make sure that a bad bacteria and everything was not going back into the body. And then that's what I remember. That's why I always kept on saying whenever I got the blood transfusion and everything, God, thank you for showing me right now. But every time I was getting the blood transfusion and everything, I always said before they started, I said, Lord, whatever that is not of you, discharge out of my body and recharge me with your Holy Spirit. So every time I'm getting the blood transfusion and everything, I like, God, that's your Holy Spirit. And then whenever I found out that one of my ministers at that church, like she like, well, I donated blood and everything like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm trusting the believer that I'm trusting the believer that she's giving me the blood transfusion on what I need to keep on going. That amped me up even more whenever I found out. She said, oh yeah, well, we get blood all the time and da da da. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Say what? MD do what? Yo, I pray and hoping that's MD blood that I'm getting right there. Just when I can keep on going, just so I can keep on moving. But then at that same token, I had to learn how to forgive myself on everything for what done transpired. Because it's tough when you sitting in the hospital and then you can't be home with your spouse. It's tough whenever that you seeing everybody at church and everything online and everything, and you wishing that you can be there, but you can't be there right now because you laid up in the hospital bed because this is me, because these crazy shenanigans want to happen with this thing called lymphedema. And so you're sitting there, so I'm like, man, like, and then I was at a point for whenever I was starting to feel bad about that thing. It's like, man, it was like, I couldn't get there. I couldn't do that. Man, my wife will tell you right now, when I first got in the hospital, my main thing was like, yo, can y'all get me out of here today? I got to get to the church because I'm supposed to help out our pastor with the Wi-Fi. Me and him were supposed to be working on the Wi-Fi that night, but then I end up in the hospital. And I'm trying to get out of the hospital. I said, look, get me out of here. I was about to be look, y'all keep me hooked up or whatever. Y'all follow me to the Maximizing Life Family Worship Center. That I need to go help my pastor with this Wi-Fi that y'all can bring me back. That's how I was. Like, y'all can bring me back. I was trying to escape. I ain't going for it. I was trying to escape the hospital. I said, you know what? Just let me get out of here. I'll be okay. But then if I would have did that, then I probably wouldn't be here if I did that. And so in that same token, like, I had to learn how to forgive myself. And man, I felt upset that day. I was like, I'm stuck here in the hospital. And then, you know, like I'm supposed to be somewhere right now, you know, and it wasn't the fact of the matter was, for me, was like, I was supposed to be somewhere to serve. And I couldn't get there because of what done happened. True. Everybody's saying it's okay. But like for me, for being at that point from whenever that people was actually taking me serious whenever I said I wanted to serve, I wanted to help. And they actually was like, you know what? He really wants to do this. So let him do it. And so then it was almost like I was about to be stripped away from it. But then at the same time, it was like, no, God had to allow some things to happen. God had to clean me up first before I could be in the position where he wants me to be at. So that's why everything happened the way it had to happen. That's why I had to go in the hospital for like almost a year. Being in there for almost a year. Can't move, can't do this, can't do this. You're trying to do that and everything like that. In that same time, while I was in the hospital, they were clearing up everything for me with the infection, from having surgery and everything like that. It was the same time from where God had to clean me up for where I had to check my heart. Apostle Shalana, look, that word still stuck on me. We're talking about check your heart. For where I had to check my heart, I had to change up my mindset. Minister Dominique, when you talking about, you gotta go through the process and change your mindset and everything. But where I had to go through all that, this for where God had to get me to where I need to be at today. And so I was like, man. But before I could do all of that, when I checked my heart and then had to change my mindset and everything, I had to forgive myself. I had to repent for fluffing up a lot of things. I asked God to forgive me, and God had forgave me. But then at the same time, I had to learn how to forgive myself. And so like, we all like to beat ourselves up every time. Man, I done got to the point right now. I said, look, check this out. I said, I already know I done fluffed up on some things or whatever like that. This help keep me accountable for whenever I won't fluff up again. And then that's why sometimes you need to have yourself around people that's going to help keep you accountable. Trust me, I got a plethora of people that's help keeping me accountable. Sister Mari, Latasha, Pastor Omar, Pastor Brandon Rojas. Oh, God, who else? Elder Janelle Strickland, the Princess of Poetry, Minister Dominique. I got a whole plethora of people. My boy DJ Justice David. When I got all of like Mass Life who was like keeping me accountable on some things, they may not say much, but I know one thing, that they're praying for me in the background. So I can't get the mess. Like when I end up in the hospital, it was the day my brother and I had planned to come and be there, and then the stroke prevented our coming. And still today, things keep us from getting there. 6 hours drive to get there. but I was upset with myself and God. Look, let me tell you something, Mario. You don't need to be upset like that. Don't worry. You're gonna make it to Max Life. You're gonna make it there. And I can't wait to look, and I can't wait till you show up either. Cause we all gonna cut a fool when you show up. I'm saying that right now. We all gonna cut a fool. But then the same token, yo, don't beat yourself up. I mean, things look, God allowed things to happen, yo. Things are allowed to. I'm learning sometimes like things are allowed to happen, yo. This is really show where we at right now to really actually like to strengthen us to be able to get to that point for like, you know what? All right, cool, bet. I know this right here. I need some more work on, or I need to be working on it. Man, you know, like one of the biggest things that I had to learn, even going through all the process and stuff, you know, not just on and not just saying, and not just from where like I had to learn how to like forgive myself and everything. Man, I had to learn how to be patient. Whoo, patience was not my strong point. I wanted things to happen right then and now. I ain't gonna front. Look, we're being hot, honest, open, and transparent. Look, I'm being honest. Mine was patience. Mine was like this straight up patience. Like, dude, I'm like, I need to work this. What? So like my patience was like really thin. I had to learn some patience. I had to learn, you know what? Cool. May not happen, may not happen when I want it to happen, but you know what? It has to happen. It's going to happen. So when it happens, I'll be ready. I'm putting myself, I'm gonna be in that position. Whatever God says go, I'll be like, all right, let's roll. I can't sit here. Let's roll out. Trying to gotta make it do what it do. Oh man, I had to learn, like, and I know that's Tasha. Since you would get here, it will be in God's time, and there is nothing to beat yourself about. You're right, it's not. It is nothing to beat yourself about. Man, trust you know how many times I've been trying to be somewhere. I ain't going for look. I can tell you just quick little story about me real quick before I actually get ready to go. From when we actually joined Max Life, it was so many times from where like I was gonna be like, you know what? Like I'm gonna go, we're gonna go. I'm gonna sit there. I was going to their services and everything like that. We would stop going to their services real good. And so then I would always have like this moment from where it was like I want, how sometimes like you be like, I'm ready to jump in the pool, like you'd be like a kid, how a kid sometimes, you know what, I'm about to jump, I'm about to be this big kid, I'm gonna jump in the pool, and I ain't gonna be scared to jump in the pool, I'm gonna put my head on the water and everything, I'm gonna swim, and all of a sudden when you get ready to do this, I'm just be like, wait a minute, what would happen if I do this? What would happen if I do this right here? That was me. I was at a point from where it was like, yo, if I make this move, I make this transaction, and everything, what the heck is going to happen with me and my wife while we was at the place where we was at right now? Is everything going to be different, or everything's going to be like, is it going to be peachy in this household? Is it going to be like hell up in this mug? Yeah, it's going to be straight up hell. And so, what's good, everybody? And so then I was like, okay. So then, I was having on myself, I'm gonna do it. And all of a sudden, like, then what about this? What about that? What about it? This started coming up. So then it was at one point from where I was like, you know what? God had brought to me, how the way that me and my wife, how the way we used to play spades. And so we was always at a point from where whenever that we would bid our hand and everything, we always was not too sure on what was going to happen whenever that we placed this bid on our hand. So sometimes like we were like we got a really good hand and everything like that. Then we may go like the number for where we think we might get, or we'll sit right there and we're like, I'm not too sure about this. I mean, like we're too busy, like we're sitting right there and too busy analyzing like the whole hand, thinking about what that person got, what this person got, and everything like that. Like we're trying to analyze the whole freaking thing or whatever like that. And so then also we played again. So you know what? We should have went because we could have done this, we could have did that. If I know I didn't have all these right here, that means somebody got, and all that, and all that stuff right there. So then from where God was showing us, say, you know what? And so then God started saying, you know what? It's either like we always say, it's either go big or go home. And so like now, so we was at the position like, okay, cool. Either you ready to make that leap of faith on God, saying, God, whenever I make this move, make this transaction, I'm trusting, believing that everything's gonna be all right, or you gonna sit yourself back there on the bench and everything, you just gonna sit right there. I had to get to the point and say, you know what? Let's make this move. So like we made the move, we joined Max Life and everything like that. So then, the funk hit the fan whenever some other stuff done popped up or whatever like that. But then guess what though? From whenever that we made that transition, we made that change. We made that change. Like we made that change not because other people said that we need to go here, we need to go there. We made that change because we wanted to better ourselves. I put it out there. We want to better ourselves. We want to be like, you know what? This is at a spot from where they're willing to help. They're willing to help. They're, they're loving. They're ready to sit down, talk with us. They actually spend time and talk with, and not always put me back on the shelf. So I said, all right, cool. Let's go. Let's go. And so then, even from where we made the change, stuff went on, but it was like a different type of stuff went on. But where the person where we were standing and everything, it was like all peaceful whenever we made that. Where we made that change, that would help us grow better. For whenever that it was like when it was something like, well, I already knew you were gonna do this, or well, like they're like, what took you so long? And it really be like, Ninja, really? I mean, you're like, Ninja, really? If you know this and that, I ain't want to get into that part because that part almost made me hot, but then I was feeling great. I'm trying to ride upon almost look, a small power 4. Let's go. Come on, see, look. But then, like, yo, it had to be at the point for where, like, yo. And I said all that just to let you know, like, yo, you have a choice. It's your choice. Just like I was telling Latasha when we were watching the Shack, and then we were seeing the part from when I said, yo, like, I said, like, you have, like, he had to make a choice. For you to be able, it's like, you have to make a choice to be able to forgive that person. It is, look, you have to make a choice or whether you're going to forgive yourself or not. You have a choice. We're not here to twist your arm and everything and say, boy, you better do it right. No, we're not here to do all that and everything. Yo, you got a choice. Like, you have a choice, like, to not beat yourself up or to beat yourself up. I choose not to beat myself up because how beating myself up is going to help me be able to grow. So we all gotta look at the pros and the cons and everything of what's going on. Yo, my pros and cons like this. Okay, if I beat myself up, I ain't gonna do not a blank thing. I was in my cussing mode then. I was back there in cussing mode. But then I had to get to the point and say, you know what? But if I make this change right here, if I forgive myself and everything like that, I know it's gonna be hard, but you know what? At least I'll be able to move forward. Or like when Ms. Martha, what Ms. Martha said, look, she gonna be that power 4, and yo, she gonna hit that paint. So it's like, yo, like you have a choice. Just like I talked about the other day. So, yo, you got a choice to be. Look, it's your choice to be happy. It's your choice to be sad. It's your choice that you just gonna sit there. It's your choice that, yo, I ain't going down like that. Yo, you have a choice. So you gonna make the right choices that's gonna help you get to where you need to get to. Just like I had to learn, look, like I said, I don't mind talking about me. I had to make a choice to be able to allow people to actually help me. I had to make a choice. And that's one of the things I had to forgive myself on. So you know what? Because like for whenever that you done came from someone, so you know what, you gotta try to figure this thing out on your own and everything like that. But then when you start hearing was like, hey, well, you know, like, well, why didn't you say anything? Or well, like that. I said, man, because you got 50 million other things going on right now, and I know you ain't got time for my problems. Excuse me, I had problems and issues going on. But then I had to learn as well, like, yo, like I made a choice on not saying anything. So then guess what? I had to go through that whole process and everything. I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive myself for for fluffing up and everything like that, for wherever I can be able to move on. But don't beat yourself so bad for that that you cannot move on. I know some people sometimes they were like, man, they're like, well, I done did this and I done did that and everything like that. And then I done heard so many people say, okay, cool. You know what your mistakes are. You know what you need to do and what you not need to do and everything like that. Okay, cool. Now it's time for you to move on. Don't sit right here. Don't sit right here for very long. Pastor Brandon, Pastor Omar Rojas. They're like, look, you learn from your mistakes. You know what you need to do. You know what changes the stuff that you need to do from where that you can be more better and everything like that. Okay, cool. Don't sit in this bad moment long. Okay, cool. It's time for you to move forward. You know what you need to do. You know what happened. You know what you need to do. You know on who to do this and who to do that or whatever. Like now you know this stuff right here. So don't sit. Look, you don't need to sit in this very long. Look, you don't need to sit in this long at all. It's time for you to keep on moving. Yeah, I be like, yeah. I mean, that's me. Yeah. So yo, like, that's like a few things from what I learned from whenever I watched The Shack. I did the same. Look, let me tell you, Miss Mari, look, me and you, I can't wait till you get here because you gonna be wilding out every day. I was doing the same thing at that time. The people I thought I could trust were not the right choice. Look, I had to learn that lesson too. I learned it hard. Oh my Lord, I learned that sucker hard. When I say I learned that one hard, I learned that one hard. I mean, me and Latasha, we learned that one quite hard right there. I said, you know what? It's cool. Because I was one of the ones that, look, y'all excuse me. I had to get this in. I said, I was one of the ones that been like, you know what? Since you did me like that, forget you. I said, I had to learn that thing very hard. But you know what? I thank God that God had allowed, I thank God that God has opened up my eyes for allowing me to be able to see who I can and who I can and cannot trust at that same token. Man, I was asking God, I said, look, God, man, look, yo, sharpen my discernment. Because I like sharpen my discernment, sharpen my eye. Look, I want the eagle eye. I want to be able to see you from a distance before this thing even come up close and everything. Look, give me that. I need that. So then whenever I feel like I won't be acting all crazy and everything like that, I say, you know what? Okay, cool. Now I know how the way I was feeling and everything like that. Okay, I can keep on. But right, I need that discernment. I need that top right discernment. If I'm like, nope. I need that. I ain't gonna front. I do need that. So yeah, I need that. That's what I need. Because then if God, you went with that discernment and everything like that, yo, and then I know exactly what to do before that trouble even hits. Because like I've been telling you, the President of Portugal on here right now, I said, yo, I will be the sniper. Like we gonna take this thing out from a distance. That's me. I'll be the sniper. I'll be just like this shirt I got on with this Wolverine, all tore up, claw up, everything like that, but still be willing to stand in to keep on going. I'll be that. But then But then the same token too, though, you gotta learn how to forgive yourself. Look, that is it for me on today. Man, this one was kind of deep. I didn't think I was gonna go in like this today, but but I also, but God knew exactly what was needed. I needed to get that for myself. Cause that's for where we were watching the Shack. We were watching the Shack the other day. We were watching the Shack, and from where like God had to wake me up from that part. Now I gotta see my other movie. I think my other movie's out right now too, and that's like Overcomer. I love seeing the movie Overcomer. With the girl running track and and the track coach and everything. That was like one of my. I love that movie, and so I want to see that one again. I said, but take this time, spend time with family, enjoy your families and everything on this Christmas. The rest of this week, there will be no motivated to the max on tomorrow. But not forget other and self, but learn the lesson. Whoo! Exactly. I love it. I love it. See, Miss Moore, you always got Miss Moore. I'm about to bring you on one time. Like me and you just going to sit right here in this had conversation. That's all I'm about to say. But then, like, yeah, but enjoy your families. And then you will be hearing a little bit from Team Tisdale on Christmas Day. We said we were going to do like a small live on Christmas Day. Just to sit back and chill, sit back and chill with you guys for a little bit. Cause like, look, I ain't gonna front now. I'm telling y'all right now, once we do this Christmas live and everything like that, I'm gonna cut it off. I'm not shutting down Facebook. I'm gonna cut it off and I'm putting on Apple TV and I'm watching our Charlie Brown Christmas. I'm watching my show. That's one of my favorite Christmas shows to watch, and I always watch it every Christmas. And so she already knows. She wife, you already know. I'm shutting down. I'm shutting it down. But yeah, you guys enjoy your family. I will talk to you guys next year. I'm taking next week off. Just whenever I can, enjoy time with, enjoying time with family and everything. And then that give me time like to allow God just to re-up me, to re-up me and everything. So you guys enjoy your family. I will see you guys on Saturday, along with my lovely wife Latasha Tisdale, the CEO of Lachey Beauty and Cosmetics. Big shout out to her, honey. I know you doing your thing at the school right now. So if you guys need like any facials or anything like that, hit her up. Oh, it's going down Christmas. So yeah, hit up my lovely wife Latasha. I mean, hit her up. Y'all need like facials. I mean, right now she's slinging them right now at the school right now. If you don't catch her on today, then you guys can catch her on next week as well. I mean, shoot, you gotta you gotta look right for the new year as well. So I mean, hey, hit her up and everything like that. And she got you. Man, we love you too, Minister Dominique. And so like she got you guys. No problem as well. Oh, and then we will. And I think my wife had said like we will be talking to you guys really shortly. Like, hey, how many of you guys like to travel? If you guys like to travel and everything like that, we might got a little something for you that you guys might be interested in. That hey, 'cause I know like a Teen Tizzler, man, we get ready to do some traveling real soon and everything. So man, some of you guys love to travel. You want to be like, man, what they talking about? What you talking about? And everything like that. Be on the lookout from not only from this page right here, but from like our Dartage page and from Latasha's page, my personal page. Be on the lookout. We're gonna drop a little something for you guys to see how you guys feel about like what's some traveling and everything. All right. So with that being said, you guys be blessed. I love you all. Motivated to the Max will be with you guys on next year in January in 2022. And you guys be safe and have a safe, happy holidays, Christmas, New Year's, all that in the bag of chips. I mean, you guys be safe, and I will see you guys then. All right. You guys be blessed. Peace out. Yeah, on the edge, on the